The Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship is on the line. Tootie Lynn versus Janai Kai. Two months and counting for Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion Tootie Lynn in her career. Tootie Lynn makes her way down to ringside the very first time ever in the state of Arkansas, and the very first defense of the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship in this state as well. It is Warrior Wrestling's finest taking on Janai Kai one-on-one, our main event to come. For the first time ever, two women, very different styles, very different mantras for life, but Tootie Lynn and Janai Kai look to go one-on-one for the first time in Arkansas and the second time ever in their career in singles competition. And Janai Kai, for all that she's done in her career, a former women's champion in Major League Wrestling and MLW, a former champion nearly everywhere she's been, she has never defeated Tootie Lynn in singles competition before. Does that change here tonight? We're gonna have to stay tuned to find out. Our main event of the evening starts here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. Introducing first, fighting from Washington, D.C., the Kick Demon, Janai Kai! And her opponent, fighting from St. Louis, Missouri, the Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion, the Blue Dragon, Tootie Lynn!
The Blue Dragon, Tootie Lynn, 2 months into her reign as Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion. We're going to talk all about the history of the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship here tonight, and the history between Tootie Lynn and Janai Kai, a second chapter in this singles rivalry, a long time coming, and it happens here in your main event. RPW Rebirth kicks off here. Bell sounds, we are officially underway. One fall, 30-minute time limit here tonight for the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. And talk about very different mantras to life, very similar styles inside that ring. Two women certainly have a striking background on both ends of that equation, due Tootie Lynn and Janai Kai. And Tootie Lynn, definitely the up-and-coming, by comparison to Janai Kai, on the larger scale of the American independent wrestling scene. Janai Kai has long been considered a bit of a next up in this sport, but Tootie Lynn following in those footsteps and having a very similar demeanor, a very similar way of operating inside the ring. I'm very interested to see how these two women collide tonight. And it is not the first time that we've seen these two women go one-on-one in the sport of professional wrestling. We want to take you back to Glory Pro Cemetery Gates. It was March 31st, 2022, straight in Dallas, Texas. Tootie Lynn defending the Midwest Territory Championship against Janai Kai. And it was Tootie Lynn who put down Kai 6 minutes, 39 seconds on the dot on that night. And a little bit after that, about 4 or 5 days later, would compete in a three-way matchup over at VIP Wrestling just north in Arlington, Texas. And well, Janai Kai and Tootie Lynn would be non-factors in that three-way matchup. But Tootie Lynn defeating Janai Kai clean as a whistle, center of the ring in Dallas, Texas, knows that she has what it takes to put down Janai Kai 4 years down the line. But both of these women have been doing nothing but training. Both of these women have been doing nothing but competing and testing themselves at the highest level of what this sport has to offer. Truth be told, wrestling fans, I have no idea who's going to be the one to walk away with the women's championship here, as it is the first time the title is defended in the state of Arkansas. A championship that has absolutely made its name and gained reverence with champions such as TNA athlete Tessa Blanchard, former WWE ID Women's Champion Kylie Ray, AEW star Thunder Rosa, Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena. The list goes on and on and on. And it was Tootie Lynn, whenever Warrior Wrestling was brought back in Resurrection back in December of 2025, put down Nixie XS, a woman that I think Razor Pro fans will become very familiar with in the coming months, if rumors are to be believed. Tootie Lynn put down Nixie XF at the tail end of 2025 to win the women's championship for the first time in her career. Has found defenses against Sierra back in Chicago, Illinois. It was in fact 24 hours ago in Cincinnati, Ohio, where Tootie Lynn would put down second generation athlete Jazzy Yang at Warrior Rumble at Rhinegeist 2. And now 24 hours after the fact, defending the women's championship here against Janai Kai. It is a massive, massive undertaking of a schedule for Tootie Lynn. As watch this now, Janai Kai. Full control right here. And side headlock takedown there for Kai. When it gets into the strike game, I think Kai is definitely going to have the better of that ability. So what does Tootie Lynn have in her arsenal that's going to be a little bit better? More on the power game. You can see it in the leg strength right here for Tootie Lynn with the head scissors. And Tootie Lynn certainly has the majority of the momentum. Reigning as Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion, walking into tonight. It was the strike game we were talking about. Both women won it. Leapfrog over the top one more time there. Both women, same idea, same result. But that chop to the chest with the leg, by God, Tootie Lynn is something special. And wrestling fans, we received word earlier on in the night on Razor Pro Wrestling social media. The winner of this matchup will face off against Maserati in just 2 weeks' time, March 13th in Logan Square Auditorium, Chicago, Illinois, with the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship on the line. And it is Tootie Lynn, who hopes to be in defense of Maserati, coming up on March 13th. Could it be? Cover. And a kick out at 2 from Janai Kai. Talking a little bit more about the accomplishments of Janai Kai in her career. Former Ladies Night Out champion in the independent wrestling sphere. Former MLW Women's World Featherweight champion. Had a dominant reign with the Featherweight Championship in Major League Wrestling. The longest reigning champion that organization has ever seen with the MLW Featherweight title. Saw a lot of defenses against women that I find myself very familiar with in the Joshi Pro Wrestling scene. A lot of stardom athletes, women like Maki Ito, women like Hanako, who made their excursions over here in America back in the year of 2023 and 2024. And I can tell you right now firsthand, Janai Kai is one badass woman inside that ring. She is going to bring the absolute biggest and best fight out of you that you are going to be able to have. And certainly right here, right now. Ooh, stiff kick to the back of Tootie Lynn. Cover here for Janai Kai, only finds 2. And only finds 2. To be a former champion in MLW, that's a really big deal. To be a current champion in Warrior Wrestling, it might be an even bigger one. Janai Kai wants to add Warrior Wrestling Gold to her resume for the first time ever, but it's got to come at the expense of a rising star in the blue-eyed dragon, Tootie Lynn. That is a rare, rare gem. As we are throwing strikes at the lower base now. These stiff, stiff kicks to the bottom. And Janai Kai now whipping into the ropes. Big kick to the chest. A beat striker. A woman that is absolutely indomitable in this ring. You can feel it right now. The energy in the building continues to thicken. Oh. And again, I mean, this Rich Clust, full control here and a great technical ability. I think that's another way Janai Kai in many different ways excels over many of her opposition. An upward aggression for Janai Kai. Tootie Lynn has got to tap into something deep here if she wants to get a definitive victory over her win. Watch it, Tootie Lynn trying to find her way out of this rear choke now. Oh, and the stunner from Tootie Lynn creates the separation. And a crossbody from Lynn. 1, 2, 2. Tootie Lynn firing off on all offense right here. And everything to walk away with the Warrior Wrestling Women's title. Big knee strike. And down goes Janai Kai. Cover here, hook of the outer leg. Still not enough. This is getting very, very dangerous here. Oh, right to the midsection. Janai Kai again off the ropes and a big strike once to the chest and Tootie Lynn's down. Cover again, deep hooks. 2. And Janai Kai has been incredible. I mean, this has been incredible defensive wrestling we've seen out of Janai Kai in a way that we never could have expected. Tootie Lynn has managed to battle back time and time and time again. But right now, Janai Kai might have it too close to the center of the ring. Tootie Lynn nowhere, anywhere close to those red ropes. As now, Janai Kai keeps the hold tightened in on Tootie Lynn here. And we might have ourselves a new Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion. No, Tootie Lynn stays alive in it. Big pump kick there in the corner from Tootie Lynn. Watch it. Brain down on the canvas. 1, 2, 2. That right there was really, really special from Tootie Lynn. But it cannot just end there. It has to roll right onward. We have to find victory. Someone has to walk away with the Women's Championship of Warrior Wrestling. Look at the way these women are just throwing shots at each other. Non-stop bombs. And Razor Pro Wrestling definitely knows who they want to walk away with the win. Someone strikes have to win out tonight. Whoa. Yeah, we have far evolved from the strike game. Oh, listen to that one. I've rarely seen Janai Kai win or lose a battle like this. Tootie Lynn is in for the fight of her life here. Oh, it's Tootie Lynn taken down now. And now this action's gonna spill to the outside. Keep in mind, wrestling fans, we have a 30-minute time limit here. And we certainly have to keep our eye on it. Oh, wait a minute. We're going all around the arena here tonight. All of Imperial Event Center, all 300 plus in attendance, are gonna get a great look of this Warrior Wrestling Women's title match. And the count of 10, wait a minute, I can't believe it. These two women are so wrapped up in their own animosity. They didn't even notice the time call, the Women's Championship. The women's title has officially been defended, but these two women are continuing to brawl. Oh, to hell with the Warrior Wrestling title. Janai Kai is not done whatsoever with Tootie Lynn, champion or otherwise. Yeah, we're lucky we have some great security and officiating staff here tonight. No, come on. Somebody's got to keep these two separated. Somebody's got to keep this one apart here. A double count out means a retention and a defense once again for Tootie Lynn in the Warrior Wrestling Women's title. Congratulations go to Tootie Lynn. And we're going to try and pick back the pieces. We're going to see it in March, wrestling fans. I've been Walker Stewart. This has been Razor Pro Wrestling, and we have been cut from a different cloth. We'll see you next time.